Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Crimson here, and I am super excited about this game. At least when I heard about it, I was super excited. Crash Bandicoot 2 was one of my favorite all-time games as a kid. I never really played the first one a lot, and then 3 just didn't kind of hold up to the hype, but 2 I loved. And when I heard they were going to be remaking them, then I had to get this. So it's the Crash N.Sane Trilogy. This has all 3 of the original Crash games on PlayStation, and it has decided to they remastered all of them. Like, they've given them better graphics. As far as I can tell, everything kind of holds up the same. You know, the way they move, the way they work, even between the games. Like, I tried playing a little bit of the first game, and the controls were a little stiff, and then I moved over to the second one to see how it compared, and then it felt, you know, like they had improved upon it. So they didn't really change any of the controls or anything. They kept everything the same. But I'm going to let you watch these intros so you can get caught up.
Crystals, of course. No.
And along with the new graphics, they've updated the people, the voice actors.
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Crash! Dad! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Jimmy? Jimmy Neutron, is that you? Alright, so like I said, the controls are the same. They've updated it a little bit, so they give you little hints and show you what all to do. It feels almost exactly like the old games, which I'm really happy about. Most of the time with remasters, they want to change the controls or change something or other, but as far as I can tell, everything is here, even the little glitches that annoy and were used to exploit. But I can't praise this thing enough. All that I've played of it, I love. And I cut out some of the loading times because these loading screens are really ridiculous. They take a long time, as you can tell. I left one in for you guys to see, but I've cut out almost all the other ones.
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
They're literally in the middle of your path. So the warp rooms are all the same except for the load screen. Instead of actually walking up to the wall, you just click L2 and it brings up a load thing. They have an autosave, which is actually really nifty. That's pretty cool. So I just went ahead and started up the first one. This run I'm going to be doing, I'm going to attempt to do a 100% run. This is the first game that I have ever 100% run. So we're going to start off by jumping into Turtle Woods. And this one was really cool. When I played Crash for the first time, I was real little. Let's see. Yeah, I wasn't in my teens yet. It was a while ago. I'm an old man. But this level was interesting because I had tried to figure out how to get the blue crystal. And I remember me and my dad had one of the old video game magazines, and it had, this was back when they actually gave you content, it had an entire player's guide for Crash Bandicoot 2. And that was fantastic. So what would happen was I would sit there and I'd play, and Dad would kind of like sit there and he'd tell me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And on this one, it was really strange because the whole process of getting the gems is you have to break all the boxes in the level. Well, this I thought was really cool is you don't break any of the boxes to get the blue gem. And this was nifty here. Right there. See, instead of having to, they're gonna put up a wall, but no! There's a bouncy ball, or a bouncy crate in the middle for you to jump past. And that one was really hard on the original PlayStation because I kept hitting the one either to the left or the right of it. And it was always annoying me because I had to like restart the level. And it bummed me out too because on these traps right here, you used to be able to slide to the right and you'd be able to kind of be off the screen, and you could, if you timed it and did it just right, you could slide around that pillar to the other side and then kind of skip the pit altogether. They did block that out a little bit, so that was kind of sad. But one of the only things I've seen they've changed, there she is, the beauty. Got my first blue gem. Like I said, I cut out all the loading screens because they took a long time to load, and it would probably increase the length of these videos by about 10 minutes. No, exaggeration, about 5 minutes. And they kept us dance.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash? Are you there, Crash?
I've not looked it up yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the voice actor for Jimmy Neutron. Oh yeah, something else they added in here is on the third game, you got time attacks, and they gave you onks, and you had to get onks to complete it 100%. Well, I checked it out on here, you don't actually have to do the time attacks and get the onks for a 100% run, as far as I can tell. But I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try and see how it is. It's really cool though, I like that they added that to all of them. The original, this one, and of course the third one, all have time attacks. So that's going to be nifty. And this part right here took me a long time. I couldn't figure out how to get that open. And that again was another thing that we saw in the player's guide, how to do that. So I'm just running through, trying to get all my boxes. Check out that time attack thing. And I ran through with the time attack a couple of times. I've cut out most of the deaths. I'll have a collection of them for you to see me dying all the time. But I went ahead and I had decided I was going to be like, nah, we'll just leave that time attack for another day. But this is the run where I'm going to try and get all of the boxes. And that, obviously the first level is going to be fairly easy, nothing hidden, and just straightforward. Hit all the boxes that you see. And go down and smack the face plant that one plate. Get down there and get them boxes. Another thing about the pacifist gun, you could call it, on this level with not breaking any of the boxes is you got to make sure to not spin attack any of the enemies, because sometimes it'll throw them into boxes, so you have to run through and just jump on all of them. And the slide jumps on this are a little bit different too. See right there, I missed my jump. But you can actually, it's the same thing as like in the original Donkey Kongs. You could kind of walk off the edge a little bit and then still do it. Like with Diddy Kong, you'd be able to, like right there. With Diddy Kong, you could like roll a little bit, you could like walk a little bit off the edge and then kind of roll on air. Which is what you can do on here. You can kind of walk off the ledge like that. And then just roll up, or slide on up, keep going. But I love the slide. It's just one of those things. That's why I have such a hard time playing on the original Crash, is because they don't have the slide. And it's just such a crucial part to the game, I feel like. Not crucial necessarily, it's just, it makes it feel, I guess easier would be the correct word, but I just really enjoy it. And I always felt really good smacking that green switch and seeing all the boxes pop up. And I love what they've done with these turtle designs. Like, they've redesigned everything. It's just so beautiful. It's just pure nostalgia, but upgraded. Like, just all the detail, all everything. The music's been changed a little bit. So, if you really love the music of the original, it's there. But it's just been given kind of an updated a feel to it. This is one of those good remakes. Like, when I was playing the remake of Majora's Mask, they changed just enough stuff to make it, feel better. Like, they placed people in positions that made them a little bit more convenient. Except for the stone guy. I actually had to look up and find out where they'd moved him to. But, after I found him, I was like, oh, that actually is very convenient because he's just right there. But yeah, all the changes they've made to this game so far, if any, have been helpful. Except for this one. I hate that I have to actually jump into the pit. I used to just dodge all of them. It's a simple game, straightforward. Go from one end of the level to the one end of the level to the other, hit the boxes, kill the enemies. But just something awesome about the simplicity of it all. I guess it's the nostalgia value. But it's also really fun. Some of the more later levels get pretty complex, and you have to actually watch what you're doing, the platform timing. Some of the original levels are really simple. And the first time I saw that, it kind of freaked me out a little bit, because on the original, what would happen is if you got the gem, if you got all the boxes, the gem would just immediately appear. Here's my death reel. I only died, I think, 2 times outside that one. But on the original one, the gem would just appear, and you wouldn't have to walk up to it, so it kind of scared me, startled me a little bit. And you can still skip it, skip the animation.
You are helping Cortex gather crystals, yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must
I really like what they did
gather
with
the
his
gems,
voice
not
actor.
the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser. Yes, a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he has created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
And again, I haven't looked up who the voice actors are, but I think that might have been the guy who did Brain on the Pinky and the Brain. No. This is me just looking at the controls, like leaderboards, and I guess the time attacks and all those things. You can switch between like the top 3 and then what you need to do to get that Ankh. But onward to the next level. This also threw me off a little bit too, because when I'd get to this level, I'd always be 1 off. And And what happens is, at the end, you get to hit that green switch to blow up that nitro, but it doesn't reach that TNT, so you got to make sure to hit that TNT before you leave the level. And this was always tricky, because with the ice, your momentum just continually carries you, and it's hard to just get right where you need to be. And you'll see this a lot. It's very embarrassing, but sometimes I just can't seem to land on a box. So I'll jump beside it like 3 or 4 times, or I'll jump over it, which is very embarrassing. I said this was my favorite game. I didn't say I was the best at it, by any means. One of the best things about Crash that I've found is the death animations. Like, that was something that kind of didn't really draw me in. Just the game itself drew me in, but it's just one of those fun things that you remember that Crash had. Like, one of the things that just belong to Crash. Like, if you jump in a puddle of electric water, you get electrocuted, or if you get blown up while you're riding the bear, then you know, your shoes fall into the snow beside you, and then your boxers land on top of him. Yeah, so the ice, I don't know if I'm having problems in this game because I haven't played it in a while, or just if it's a thing in both of them, but the ice, like, unless you just get momentum going, you can't, like, jump. It's like you slip. You have to get a little bit of momentum going before you can jump off the ice. Always make sure to check behind you. This one took me a while too. Those outlines right there, I could not figure out how to figure those out, get those out. And then one day I was playing it, and I just happened to look up and see there was a switch on top of this. Top of this one, you had to jump around, hit that one, yeah, like that. You can actually just jump on the base spring box and get it there, but yeah, I didn't like that run. I'll just give you another one. Yeah, I died quite a few times right in here. Just kind of getting used to the way the game is on these new graphics. It feels and plays completely the same, but it's just a little. It's just so pretty, it's just so distracting, I guess is what I could say happened. But I finally get all this stuff done. Smack that guy off, hit those boxes, and then get out of here and I get my gem. Oh, beautiful. But like I said, I'm going to try and do a 100% run, so we are on our way to the 100% run. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video now, and then we'll pick up next time with the remaining, no, not the remaining, but we'll pick up with the next 2 rooms, and I'll have, I should have it up pretty soon. But thanks for watching, guys, and be on the lookout for the next 2 rooms of the first warp area. And if you guys get a chance, I would pick this game up. It is super fun, especially if you played the original Crash 2, or any of the Crashes and you love it. This would be a fantastic game to play. So catch you later.